trade winds are shifting, and India finds itself at the center of two major developments. On one side, Washington is walking back its hard line, softening demands after months of tariff tantrums. On the other, Brussels has thrown open wider doors, approving over 100 new Indian seafood units for exports. Together, these moves signal a critical turning point in India's global trade positioning. Weeks ago, US President Donald Trump pulled the plug on trade deal talks with India. Trump slapped tariffs as high as 50% and escalated a war of words. But behind the bluster, cracks soon emerged. American farmers, Trump's core political base, began to feel the pinch. Grain silos overflowed with unsold soybeans and corn. China, once Washington's biggest agricultural buyer, shifted to Brazil, leaving US farmers stranded with low prices and declining profits. It is this mounting pressure that forced the White House to blink. A US trade delegation has landed in New Delhi, this time with concessions. Washington is now reportedly asking India to buy premium products like cheese. Even that ask remains limited. Only 2 to 5% of India's population consumes such imports, and the demands are already partly met by supplies from Europe. The other American pitch, corn, with Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick urging India to buy its corn. The US has been pushing the entry of its genetically modified maize, but here too lies a stumbling block. India bans genetically modified corn imports for human consumption, citing health and ecological risks. Worse for Washington, maize is politically sensitive. Bihar, heading into election, is India's third largest producer. A compromise may be possible if the corn is strictly used for ethanol production and not direct human consumption. But while the US scaled back its asks, the European Union quietly handed New Delhi a win. In Brussels, the EU cleared 102 additional Indian seafood units for exports, bringing the total to 604. The move is expected to boost India's seafood exports to the bloc by nearly 20%. Last year alone, India shipped $1.1 billion worth of seafood to Europe, with shrimps making up 2/3 of India's seafood exports, worth $4.88 billion. The new approvals will help diversify markets, just as the US imposes pushing 50% tariffs on Indian shrimp. India's Commerce Ministry hailed the EU listing as proof of India's food safety and quality system. Beyond shrimp, the approval covers squid, cuttlefish, and octopus, prized delicacies in European kitchens. Coastal states and exporters now see wider access to one of the world's most lucrative and quality-conscious markets. Put together, the dual storyline underscores a larger shift. The US, bogged down by its own trade wars, is forced into pragmatism with India, offering symbolic concessions to keep ties steady. Europe, meanwhile, is strengthening trade links, offering India diversification at a crucial time. For New Delhi, it is a moment of leverage, not only to negotiate better terms with Washington, but also to expand its footprint in Europe. This is Rudrishish Kanjalal for India Today Global.